Perfect. Good to hear. Yeah, I just wanted to go over some crypto stuff. Just lots to talk about or touch on, I guess. Just in terms of price action. I know we're all kind of been spoiled, I guess, the last month and a half or so with a nice little bull run. Could be, the next bull run, which, is great. We all want it. Altcoins flying, some more than others. Wanted to touch on some of those. Of course, we had the whole El Presidente mess, and that was just comical, which, I mean, he's a comical guy, but that whole process I thought could have been way better for crypto. And it was just a missed opportunity, kind of like the Grayscale advertising or commercial, if you saw that. I think that missed the mark as well. So it's like we have these great opportunities in crypto to finally start marketing and, as an industry, not just, specific cryptos like a HEX or something that actually, speaking of, I just saw, I think it was somebody posted an Instagram ad and that ad read well. And I actually considered it an improvement over the bus ads. So if anybody's seen me stream with Discourse Syndicate or my other streams, I'm not a total fan of the way that those ads are presented in the UK. Don't get me wrong. I'm thankful for whoever's putting them out. But the 11,500, percent or X or whatever it is, I think doesn't speak to the potential audience that can actually drive HEX cryptocurrency. And I'll get in a HEX a little bit more. I know a lot who watch this channel do so because of HEX, so I'll have some more commentary on that in a bit. But it is good to see that those ads are in place, and it seems advertising in crypto is picking up. Grayscale, I kind of expect that from them. What was comical was the timing of their Drop Gold campaign. I think it was last year, and gold basically after those ads dropped went up, kind of in a nice diagonal pattern there for, I don't even know, up until this past summer. So interesting timing on that part. Again, thankful for the advertising in crypto, just in the industry as a whole. And I think some have the opportunity to do it better than others. I think HEX can certainly be a leader when it comes to that, as to how good ads can be created. What did I want to start with here? I wanted to start just with let's start with Polkadot, because I actually picked some up earlier this week. It's kind of been like a harder to get crypto, just because it's been kind of like an IOU kind of thing on very few exchanges. And then I think Binance and Kraken finally listed it. And I'm just gonna see if I can pull a chart up here. Let's do that. Good point. Good point. All right, let's pull up some DOT. So, all right, we're kind of butting up against the highs for the day here. So if you're a holder, you certainly like to see that. Wow. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, looking good there. So Polkadot, I'm more one to talk price and why I like things, and not get into the technical merits and code and whatnot. But I do like DOT. I think DOT could be, like I've said Link before, DOT could be a potential top 5 crypto in 2021. They're, I guess, I think Dot gets confused or is misinterpreted as a competitor to Ethereum, which I don't see that as at all. I see it kind of more as an enhancement to it. Gavin Wood, the founder of it, certainly knows what he's doing, as he was part of Ethereum originally. Actually, there's a really cool video, I think, of him setting up a node for Polkadot, and he unboxes a Mac laptop, and within 15 minutes, he's got the thing up and running, displaying the ease of use and whatnot. But that's out there on YouTube. But anyway, I think in terms of potential, like I said before, over the coming years, Dot is one to watch, and it's one that got, I guess, 3 days ago when I launched. Might have been Tuesday. Picked up some during the week. Actually got some under $3 yesterday. Anybody who follows me knows that I hate weekend trading. So I'm trying to, I try to keep moves like this in perspective. It's happened a few hours ago in the morning here on the East Coast. So, take these moves for, as you see them, they're weekend moves. There's less volume. Markets can be pushed around way easier. However, long term, I still love Dot. Think of it as more of like a Cosmos. I think Ivan on Tech actually had he brought up something on a screen a few days ago where, say, Tron is or was considered, a wannabe Ethereum killer, to where, years later we have a Cosmos and Polkadot focusing more on interoperability and improving the industry as a whole. And I think Polkadot and Ethereum can certainly coexist. Same thing with Cosmos. And there's certainly a ton being built on Dot. One of their biggest projects is Energy Web Token. That went from, I think, $5. I actually wrote about that, I want to say early July. It was probably, well, I identified it, I guess, in March. It was around $5, and then it has steadily gone up and down. I think it was like mid fives recently, just a few weeks ago, and that screamed to 13. And if you look, it's I think now top 50 in market cap. And it actually has real players in the space like Shell Corporation or Shell, the oil and gas things, actually building stuff on it. And Kusama is another one, which is just on an absolute tear today. I saw earlier this morning. Think of that, I guess, as kind of like an experimental network for Polkadot. So a lot of the things being, if it's going on Polkadot, it's, probably goes through Kusama first. And that token has just been a screamer as well. I want to say I first mentioned Dot early July, and it was at 147 pre-split, which would equate to a $1.47 price today. So it's certainly had quite the move. I hate getting into something after it's ran this much, but at the same time, if something has this much potential over the coming years, I've said this with Bitcoin, I've said it with Ethereum, even names like HEX, smaller names like that. Years from now, if these names can do what you think they can do, does it really matter if you're a few percentage points off? Does it really matter if you missed a 10% and you're like, oh, I'm out, I missed the bottom, and then years later, it 10x's. So it's just something to keep it in perspective there. Let's see here. Bring it back to this one and we'll pull up some names here just to talk about. So yeah, just run through the top 100 on CoinGecko. I'd rather use CoinGecko than a CoinMarketCap because of who CoinMarketCap is owned by and the bias that may be there. Realize a lot of these things may have their own biases, but I prefer CoinMarketCap. Excuse me, CoinGecko. So let's just run through anything I see interesting here. Celsius Network, I know Litecoin Moses is a huge fan. He had a really good podcast, I think last month, maybe 2 months ago, actually, by now, breaking that down. Let's see. Kusama, there we go, up 11.5% on the day. Nothing I would chase right here, but still something I think if you think Polkadot can do what it can in the coming years, it's going to hang around. It's going to be there with Ethereum. It's going to be there with Chainlink. It's going to be there with Bitcoin. I think it should be part of your portfolio. Or should I say, if it were my portfolio, it would be a part of it because, not financial advice or anything like that. I do realize, placing your bets, going all in on something exciting, awesome. There's no rush like it because I think we've all done it before. However, if you do have, a nice portfolio of assets, if your one thing that you went all in on, doesn't perform for a few months, or just sucks for like a year, you're just like staring at it and miserable, and it sucks. So I do like big positions in names. I don't like to scatter capital out over a dozen or 20 names or so. I'd like to have that capital in something that I can at least devote enough time to stay current on the project or stock or whatever it may be. That way your head's in the game. You don't just have 10 random coins because you heard about them at one point, and then you look in your portfolio and you're like, why did I get that again? Or you haven't been able to keep up on the news on it, and you're kind of stuck there. So I like focusing for whatever you have time for. So if it's you only have a limited amount of time and capital, maybe you pick 3 names or something like that. Some guys like a HEX go all in. I certainly think it can do great things. No expectations, I guess, to do that, right? But yeah, it's all in your risk tolerance, what you can handle, and that's why all these financial channels and financial advice, it's so tough. It's people ask you, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? Well, I'm in my own situation, which I promise you is different from yours. So it's like, what's your time horizon? How much do you have to invest? Things like that. What's your risk tolerance? So all those factors go into, what investments are right for you. If you're younger, more risky, go for it. That's the time to do it. Don't be, going all in crypto in your 60s and 70s. Same thing with the opposite. Don't, be putting your money in, bonds and stuff at the age of 25. Not financial advice. Crypto Butler, what up, man? Chaotic Creations, Mr. Chaos. Hey, if you want to come on and rap, man, let me know. Quick chat, but anyway, just going through some more of these top 100 here. We got Ocean Protocol, another one. Polkadot friendly, I'd say. Chainlink is another one, but I don't think it has enough market cap to get in the top 100 yet. PCX is the symbol on that one. Keep an eye on. Band has been all the rage lately as Link's been moving, dragging that along with it, and everybody's looking for the next, the next Link or the next Link killer, what have you. Kyber I was bullish on for a while. I've toned that down quite a bit. I actually sold it and moved it into Ethereum a while back, and that turned out to be a nice move there. Ren wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum because Bitcoin, itself sucks for various reasons. I'm still a bull on Bitcoin, but not for, payments or anything like that. And that's where Ren makes things better. Ren, what was I going to say? I just mentioned PCX or ChainX on Polkadot. That's the Ren version over there. If some of these tokens are just hard to get, but if you look at ChainX and the amount of, I think it's the amount of wrapped Bitcoin or Bitcoin on ChainX, I believe it's actually a lot more than Ren, and ChainX has a much lower valuation, so something to consider if you're interested in that kind of thing. Energy Web token, like I said, just been screaming the past couple months. Icon, talk about a screamer. I mean, this week, 26% up, 10% in the last day. I like that one at 39 cents. I wrote about that one. So a favorite of mine here. And weekends, I do put, cream in the coffee. Sorry to the Ivan on Tech, who does the black coffee. What is everybody drinking today? All right. BAT, I mean, I have some, but just because I use the browser, nothing I'm setting on accumulating. Maker, I had it at one point. I just think there are better options out there in DeFi. Now we get to some more of the fun stuff. VeChain's kind of polarizing. You have one side, it's like, hey, use case, supply chain tracking, all that stuff. I kind of lean that side. And then the other side is just like, oh, it's a scam and the supply is just like outrageous and it's not worth it. I have some VeChain. Not my biggest position by any means, but I'm more on the bullish side there. Cosmos brought that up earlier. Kind of this blockchain interoperability thing rather than trying to be the next ETH killer. Interoperability, I think, is going to be hot here for the next year and a half, maybe, at least. Maybe I say that because we could be in a bull run. Tezos. All right, so I've been a bull on Tezos for say a while now. I don't even know. I think I got in not nearly as early as some of those I know. Jameson, who was part of our site, got in, I think, like, I don't even know, quarters, maybe 50 cents or something like that. I got in, I want to say $1.70-ish, something like that. So I got a double out of it. But I mean, if you're looking at, where's the money moving, what's being used, it's Ethereum. Like, Tezos is still just floating around out there. There's not much, you don't hear much on it. You hear, they're working with so-and-so now every few weeks or months. I just think more can be happening with my money. And that's why I actually moved out of some of my Tezos into Polkadot. Speaking of top 10, so yeah, since there's a billion dot, the market cap pretty much corresponds with the price there, so it's kind of easy. You can also stake dot right now. Staking rewards are 12% on Kraken, so I think it pays out twice a week. Beautiful, especially if you're in it for long term, man. Just my thinking is if you like that asset, why not? And it pays you to hold it, like another coin called HEX. This could be the future of passive income investing, or some of these cryptos. Ethereum, is right in that same line if they ever get 2.0 launched. And if you have a nice size bag and you stake it and you're earning passive income, what's better than that in investing, really? If price goes up and you're getting paid while price goes up, and it has a compounding effect. So if you're in early enough, some of these investments can turn into absolutely beautiful things. It's trying to weed through, the thousands of coins out there and trying to find the ones that are going to stick around to do that. Cardano's kind of a polarizing thing. I don't own any. It's got a rabid fan base. Not a fan. It strikes me as something that's continually worked on, a project that's always in progress. And yeah, I know Shelley released, staking, yada yada. Well, that's kind of been the near-term top, because I think that was around 14 cents or whatever it ran to, and now it's kind of just hanging around here, where Ethereum continued its run after that. And like I said, you have Polkadots and things like that in the wings. A lot of competition out there. Chainlink, everybody who follows me knows I'm a Chainlink bull. Actually was big on it. Wrote in early July, under $5. Man, this thing looks like it's ready to break out. And sure enough, what a ride! If you were on that, I mean, it was fun. Wrote up, went all the way to 20. Max, what's up? Good morning. Only alt I know is CHZ. I'm not familiar, but I will check that out. Always willing to learn, man. Always willing to learn. Just taking a peek at chat here. Lights out. I want to grab anything Polkadot related on a pullback. Not financial advice, brother, but I like how you think. Just running through chat here. Mr. Chaos, I still have a stack of VThor. 3 years, I still can't trade it. I think Binance.us just listed it. No? Check that out, because I think they did. If I'm thinking of the right thing. Same promises 3 years later on ADA. Yup. Spot on, my friend. Spot on. All right, so just run through the top 10 things. Stop the Chainlink. So yeah, it ran to $20 from just under $5. I said right early last month, I said it could be a top 3 to 5 coin next year. Well, it's top 5 right now. It had, say, a 35% 5% pullback. I mean, it pulled back a lot last night. I think it went to, might have dropped below $13. And then it bounced hard. So I put out a tweet yesterday. I think it was like $14. So it was like down 30%. If you want dips, and if we're in a bull market, those are the kinds of things that you wait for. That's what you wait for in a bullish market, because if prices go up, you have to pick your spots. Don't buy the top. Don't buy, go all FOMO, because something's run, and then you don't want to miss out. Wait for the dips. These are the dips. Can all these things go lower? Absolutely, they can. So if we're talking charts here, I think two good examples of that. I'll pull up. Let's pull up Ethereum. We'll do Ethereum and Bitcoin. So let's pull that up. Oh, what's up, Polkadot? Just hanging out at the highs. See, it just feels like it keeps butting up against $4 here. It just feels like this thing is just gonna, pull a rager and go like another, 25% in the blink of an eye. Again, weekend trading, I hate it, but it is what it is. Let's pull up ETH. Probably want to zoom out. There we go. Yeah, so here we go with ETH, around 390-ish right now. So before you had the epic breakout in 2017, you kind of had, a nice little top around here, is around the 360 range. It wicked above it a couple times, and then it was gone. Came all the way down, hit the bottom around, I think it was 80? Yeah, high 70s. And it's kind of been in this channel for years, and we finally got, this breakout. So once we've gotten this breakout above, say, this 360 level, again, this 360 level was hit just like it was back here, just like the bottom was here. So it's a very important level. We finally broke out of it here, and this to me is huge, because it's multi-year resistance. If you take out the 2017, 2018 nonsense, just went bananas mode, we're finally breaking out of this channel. So once you get a break out of this channel, a lot of these things don't just go straight up after that. Kind of felt like it there for a while, but you'll come back and you'll test it. So we've already tested it once. I mean, we went up and had the breakout here, came back and tested 360, went up, kind of teasing a retest of 360-ish. If you think we already tested it, and it's up from here, maybe you take on a little bit, slide a little ETH into your wallet. If you're wanting to get really aggressive, maybe you save a stack of bills for 360 and put some bids right above there. Let's look at BTC, because BTC is another one. Yeah, so BTC is a little dirty chart, I'm sorry, but kind of goes along with ETH and breakouts. We've had this level, the 10,500 level, tested multiple times. So it's kind of, if you want to really include that base back there, sure. But recently, over the past year, 1, 2, 3 times, couldn't get through it. Bust through it. Now we haven't, since busting through it, we have not looked back really. We've come down a little bit. I think it was like 11K or something like that. Will we get back to test the 10,500? Quite possible, but again, if we're in a bull market, you want to be buying these dips if you want to try to be really patient and grab that a big pullback. If we do get one, then place some bids above. If it were me, I should say, I would probably place some bids 10,550 or something like that, just to be on the more aggressive side. I mean, we're breaking out of a multi-year pennant here, and one of the many reasons I am still bullish Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin sucks for various reasons, but I believe 5-10 years from now, it'll still be around. Ethereum will still be around, and that's why I own these things. Like to stay diversified. All right, so let's see, what else do I want to touch on today? I've already been going for like a half hour. Jeez. Oh yeah, I did want to go back to Stool Presidente. So I think it's great for crypto that he brought more eyes to the game, the industry. No doubts there. The way that it was done by the Winklevi could have been handled way better. When they pitched Bitcoin to Dave, and I realize there's a lot of entertainment value involved here, but they didn't bring up the good things about Bitcoin. They ended up talking about mining gold on asteroids, and that's why the gold prices will come down and Bitcoin will be the new digital gold. Really? Like that's the reasoning. So I thought that was poorly done. Same thing I think I touched on earlier with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust ads. They could have been done better. I think that's a strength of HEX. From just, I think that ad I mentioned earlier, the social ad, I think it might have been on Instagram. Somebody might be able to correct me. But yeah, I'd like that version of the ad that I did see, as long as that was a real ad that I did see. It's just simple language, no giant percentage price up in 100 and whatever days. None of that. It just says, I think, high interest blockchain CD or something basic like that, that normal casual viewers can understand. And I think that's one of the things that can really speak well for HEX going forward. That sort of gets into the marketing kind of thing, which I've spoken at length by now with Rainey Hilarski. Had a great stream with him. Johnny Chaos, who's in the chat, I believe. RG3. Just what kind of language? How can this actually be done effectively going forward? One thing I've seen, we're talking HEX cryptocurrency right now. One thing I've seen talked about a lot for HEX is the search engine optimization. So if a casual viewer is looking up something about HEX crypto, they're going to see a lot of garbage just because of all the hate and triggering that goes on out there. So a way to help combat that is to get a lot more content out there that pushes all those SERPs, search results, down. I'd love to do it, but I have a full-time job in marketing, and I do well enough with that I don't have a lot of time to do it. So I'm kind of like Richard in that regard. I can tell you what needs to be done, but it's just getting the people to do it. I would first start off. I believe Richard's mentioned blog networks before, and that has to do with content and content specifically for HEX and ranking keywords. So if you pull up, Crypto Coffee and I have talked about this, some keyword search data, and what are people searching for if they want to get into crypto, or they're already into crypto and they're looking for a new investment. What are they searching for? You can, do the research, pull it out. It's like best cryptocurrencies 2020, the best altcoin to buy 2020. Some of these might not be exact keyword matches, but these are the types of things that you can gather the data from and understand. And actually, shout out to Randy Holarski. I believe he did a video on SEO and HEX the other day, so go check that one out as well. I'm catching up on a lot of content this week amongst other projects. So yeah, this is my current studio right now, which is not a studio at all. It's actually, I'm clearing that room out today. So it's getting painted. And then the next thing is getting the equipment I need and getting everything set up. But yeah, hopefully all that will be improved in the future. Better camera, better mic. Anyway, I forget where I was even going with that. So yeah, oh yeah, HEX marketing. And we have a dog going crazy. All right. So HEX marketing, we're talking content. So those keywords that I was mentioning, building content around those keyword phrases, but at the same time, incorporating HEX into that content. So if you write an article about the best cryptocurrency to invest in 2020, you want those keyword phrases in that. So if you publish it to a Medium or something like that, you're going to want that in your title, your meta. You're going to want to mention that phrase depending upon how long you write that article or piece multiple times. You're going to want to mention it more as the article length increases. You don't want to over spam it. But at the same time, you want to mention that along with HEX, because HEX is the best cryptocurrency to buy in 2020. So you want to kind of get a balance and mixture of that in that content. So that's definitely one thing. I think probably the biggest thing that could be done right now is, pushing down all the inaccurate, negative, hate results. It's just drives you nuts when you're a holder or staker and you look at that and it's just like, okay, well, if you're trying to get people in before big payday and they're doing these searches and this is what they're seeing, would you get in on that? Probably not, unless you actually really did your research and took a deeper dive. We got some comments coming in here. Just want to check these. I'm going to wrap up here in a little bit. Kinetics fam, what's up? Yeah, going back to the Bitcoin link of I, Portnoy. Exactly, this is what I was saying here. I think it was very poorly conceived and handled, waste of opportunity with potential setback perception. Yep, exactly. Could have been done way better. More on that. Portnoy's barstool persona is antithesis of financial credibility. Yep, he's got the money and he can toss around and lose 25K, not blink an eye. Whereas, to a lot of other people, that's a lot of money. That's your portfolio for some people. So he can, rattle off, oh, I lost, $750,000 today. And some people, that's their life savings or that's what they want to get to be. So yeah, some of that stuff. No worries, brother. It's just I think I called it a Saturday morning casual crypto conversation. No title or anything, so I guess I'll have to put that all together. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on, just talk some price, and especially Polkadot, since it got into more hands this week and exchanges. So yeah, one more thing I did want to mention about Polkadot is I would not be surprised at all if they had a surprise Coinbase listing. I say that because they are part of the custody program anyway, and Coinbase has been known to just add a token, and every now and then, it happens. So we'll see, if I'm right about that. But yeah, I do like DOT. I started off with it. I'll probably end with it today. What's up, Woody? What's going on? Problem with Portnoy, he could have almost single-handedly onboard retail no corners. Missed opportunities. Yeah, man. I've been you and I have been tweeting kind of like the same things, Kinetics, and it's frustrating, I think is the word that I'm looking for. So let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Case study in brand fail, arrogance. Yeah. And the thing is, like, he got into Link as well. I tweeted this out yesterday. It was like, okay, well, I've kind of been, trying to get his attention with HEX, and I know other Hexkins have as well, just in his mentions and whatnot. And it's like, man, like, big Payday screams Barstool and Dave Portnoy to me. Like, just hyping that up, and just that phrase right there is something that he would just be all over. And, I could just see it coming out of his mouth, and, talking shit to everybody, and, oh, big Payday. And especially since, HEX, is polarizing in some circles, and he loves to talk shit, that it would have been a great match. But whatever, over it. If he can't hang on to a Link for more than a week, come on, man. Come on. But and for you wrestling fans, any wrestling fans out there, the Hurricane, he was a big fan of the Green Lantern as well. But I mean, the guy is a trader, right? We're opposite, so maybe HEX gets some reg traders out of the situation. Hey, Woody, that's a good point. Yeah, there's no glamour in buying and holding and even getting high interest. But if you're interested in making money, then I think that's more important than telling people that you're making money. At least it is for me. So that's why I don't. It's also frustrating that YouTube's oversaturated with all these crypto trading channels, because like, oh well, here's the chart, and if you can read a chart, you kind of get the basics of it, and you can kind of see where to trade, but you can also get wrecked. I mean, some of these wicks on these charts will just stop people right out. So you can draw lines on a chart all you want, but market makers, exchanges, they know where all these orders are, and they can blast right through them. And even if it's on a perfect stop or a perfect buy level, who cares? I mean, you saw the March level for the COVID panic low in Bitcoin. So I think on the chart, if it were looking at a pennant, yeah, I think the low should have been like 4,000, something like that. And I mean, it just blew that out and, went hundreds below it. So, and I think the whole Bitfinex and whatever debacle that was, I mean, it was just liquidation after liquidation. All right. Any thoughts on post-big payday staking strategies and accumulation from emergency end stake? Man, if we had answers to this, huh? So, almost don't. I got a crying dog downstairs, so I'm halfway tempted to go out and let him out. Post big payday staking strategy. See, this is one of those that depends upon the individual, right? So me, I'm staked. Well, my stakes don't start until well past big payday. I didn't want to have to deal with that. Here, let me just quiet this dog down. Just 1 second. All right. Baby boy's been let out. Anyway, live streams. Gotta love it, right? All right, big payday staking strategy. So I was saying, my stakes don't even start, and I have no problem saying this. I know some people are guarded about their stakes, but my stakes don't start for well past big payday, deep into 2021. Now, we've talked about this on Discourse and other channels. It's like, what the heck's going to happen leading up to and after big payday? And a big factor in that is the origin address as well. What's the origin address going to do? And I think that is a huge wild card. What are stakers going to do? How much emergency end staking is going to go on? How many penalties are people going to get from all the emergency end staking? So there's really, these are my thoughts. I have no answers for you. But it's going to be wild. I cannot wait. I can say that because I'm staked and I'm not going to mess with it. I know there's going to be a lot of jockeying for position out there. That's going to be fun to watch. Since I'm a long-term believer in HEX, I'm not sweating it. Like I said before, I'm just going to grab some popcorn and watch it unfold, man. So what are you guys doing for big payday? I know like the Miami thing fell through or whatever, but I got an idea or two for a little something going on, but we'll see. Post some ideas. All right. Man, comments are coming in here. Yep. Yeah, I was saying that, man. It's just we don't know the blowups that are going to happen. It's like, and it could also be like a cascading effect, kind of like Bitcoin liquidations or crypto liquidations in general. Once it starts, that could trigger an avalanche, depending upon how weak those hands are that are watching. Yeah, Moses was saying that end stake penalties could go through the roof. Yeah, I was conservative. I think I said like 3 to 5 billion. I'm quoted somewhere, I think, as saying that. And Moses like, I think 50 billion or something like that. He's pretty much stood by it. And good for him, because the closer we get, the more I'm kind of going past my 5 billion. So I'm leaning maybe 7 to 10 now. Don't know about the 50, but props to him if he's right, because guess who gets paid? Probably most of us watching here. Yeah, man. Chill in HEX. I like it. And that's why I love it. You don't have to be this is what I was saying earlier. You don't have to be some hot shot, trying to time every move. Eventually, odds are you're going to get wrecked. Casino always wins in the end. As long as you stick around, you're going to get wrecked unless you're very good. I'd say limit your trading and maybe go after a few big moves a year or something like that. I mean, there are a lot of scalpers out there that I have hung around for a few years here and there. But for the average person, man, that's tough, man. The older you get to, the more you value your time. And for me, I'm so cool with, buying, holding, staking, earning interest. And the exciting thing about crypto is that if you get on the ground floor for some of these names, HEX could be one, even ETH. I mean, I realize the staking rewards will come down over time as, supply numbers, stakers, all that's tallied. But it's something exciting to think about. Even Chainlink will have staking. I don't know if they'll make it by this year, but I do expect them to be stakeable by next year. What else? Yeah, Polkadot. I mean, insane 12% right now on Kraken. So, all right. So let's see. Going back to Polkadot again, what's the market cap? So if they are trading at like, say $4 for a dot, and actually I'll just pull it up. So even at $4 for a dot, it's like 389 right now. So yeah, we'll call it $4. That's $4 billion market cap since there's a billion coins. I know supply is going to change with that a bit, but okay. So you have dot. Ethereum's, what is Ethereum's market cap? I think it's got to at least do like a 12, 13, maybe more X to get there at Ethereum's current market cap. So let's just say dot did a 10X from here. So you have $1,000 invested. It pays 12%. Your dot 10Xs, so you have $10,000. So instead of like earning $100 a year or whatever, 120, but let's just keep the numbers even. You could earn $1,000 on that. So multiply that out if your initial investment was way more than $1,000, and then you're earning passive income from these stakes or from your stake crypto. Awesome to think about, man. And HEX, I mean, don't get me started. I mean, y'all always get me started on HEX, but the rewards adding up over time, big payday, penalties from emergency end stakes. Man, what's not to like? I mean, if you could get a portfolio that's actually stakeable, you could get a huge position, or not huge, but big positions in stakeable coins, and that's like your main portfolio 5 to 10 years from now, and you can earn staking rewards, from majority of those coins. So, price goes up, great. I mean, yeah, we're going to have huge dips and whatnot, but add in those staking rewards, could be a revolutionary time for investing. That's why I am the way I am about crypto right now. I'll go through some of these comments here. All right, so some more predictions about big payday here from Kinetics. OA is gonna 5555 stake the day before big payday, and then emergency and stake right after all the stakes. Yeah, see, that's beautiful speculation. Yeah, there you go. I'm that I guess that's a fantasy, but yeah, that'd be awesome. See, y'all are like thinking this stuff, man, and you're going to get me too excited, and then this is why we don't have expectations with HEX. But yes, this is a fantasy, scenario. Easy strategy for trading. First open and close above the 20 EMA. First open and close on daily time frame is pretty profitable. No need to get all complicated. Yeah, we are about to hit $750 million right now for penalties. Yep. So yeah, if you look at that penalties chart, we had, I guess, the unwise FUD failure that happened earlier in the year. That was, I mean, massive. I mean, there were a ton of penalties paid out from that, and we had a recent, round of foolish FUD as well. Let's take a look at the HEX chart here real quick while we're talking HEX. All right. Oops, there we go. Yeah, so this is kind of the chart I've been working with personally. So kind of had, the beginnings of the launch phase here. So if you bought around in here, Johnny Chaos, congratulations. And myself too, pat on the back. And a lot of you guys did. I'm certain of it because I see you guys in the chat. But I'd like to, for my own benefit, eliminate a lot of this noise here. And, once the move was made, bring it out to here. So if you zoom out, you have this kind of like descending channel, so to speak. We tagged this bottom close to 3.5 times, I guess. It doesn't really count there, but just follow right along there. Got the top closes there. I try to make as many touches on my trend lines as possible. It feels like we're kind of grounding around the bottom here, and I hope I'm right, because November is about 3 months away, or big payday is. And if I posted a chart on Twitter, just kind of like a hand drawing of where I could see it going, and it's kind of following it, making me look good so far, because we kind of like had one more dip to around here. And then, I was saying, the more people realize, the added supply, the big, supply shock will come to an end by November 19th. And combined with the importance of the share rate, going bonkers, which again, a lot of people aren't calculating that in their minds, I guess. I mean, I know Hexkins are pretty much comfortable and secure with that, but I think a lot of outsiders looking at this, and then if they see big payday hit, and maybe they miss it, maybe they get in after, but they're going to realize, oh man, like the importance of shares. It's going to be all about the shares. So earlier in, man, November 19th passes you by and you're not where you want to be. Don't let it happen. All right, what else we got? Big payday is huge press hype opportunity. We can't let it pass. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd love to see it put the happening stream to shame. I know Hexo's got to have something going on. I got some ideas myself, so maybe I'll run them by him and RG3 and coffee and kinetics. No big penalties so far today. Oops. I am not a HEX maximalist, but it's my ground floor of crypto wealth accumulation. Well said, man. And it could very well be for many here. I'm been building a few ground floors over the past 2 years, and HEX is one of those foundations, if I'm using that metaphor right. Is there another crypto? I don't think so, man. News to me if there is. Damn straight happening stream. Oh, it's gotta happen. I'm almost certain. I know Hexa mentioned one for a penny. If that ever happened before, yeah, I think we might be able to get there with the pre-big payday hype. But yeah, big payday has to have an epic party stream. I'm hoping like some of us can get together. Like I said, I got an idea or two from some of the main channels and meet somewhere for a cool little event and entertain the community. But yeah, hit me up about that. I think it's about all I wanted to run through today. Just checking in on Dlive. What is up, my peeps? Oh, so he saw the ad. Hefe saw the ad last night. Okay, good. Yeah, so maybe it was you that tweeted it. Can I explain Polkadot? Just Google Polkadot crypto, and they actually have an awesome website, and it breaks it down in different sections. If I'm remembering it right on the homepage, interoperability, parachains. Oh, that was for Ermith. Sorry if I mispronounce it. Yeah, it wasn't on. Yeah, you might have heard about it on Coinbase because of Coinbase custody, which is Polkadot has been available there a while now. You can't find it now. You say maybe it was on Kraken. That's where it trades now. I believe it's also on Binance, but not the US Binance. For anybody who doesn't really care about too much about KYC and whatnot and just wants the like easy onboarding, Binance.us is I send people there. If they're not that technical and they just want to connect a bank account and buy crypto, it is way easier than Coinbase. It's way cheaper than Coinbase, easier than Kraken. Quick onboarding and be like, hey man, I want some of that Bitcoin. And it's a noob and you don't want to explain all technical stuff. Binance.us, easy. I believe it takes like minutes, if that. Valley Brand, what's up, man? Waking up kind of late, so just joining. Good work. Well, thank you, brother. Kind of like impromptu. I didn't really advertise this much, but thank you guys for comments and participating. It kind of makes the show just flow along better. And I mean, I'm saying this because I've been going for like an hour and 10 minutes, and I just figured I would talk for like 20 minutes. So you guys are awesome. No need to hype big payday. BTC halving was pretty flat, Mom. I will message you. Oh, cool, man. I appreciate it. I am available. Telegram me. I'm a HEX maximalist. Everything else in DeFi has either failed miserably or stolen some innovative ideas from HEX. Hashtag truth. Vince knows. Oh, man. So true. Definitely true. Yeah, this community rocks, man. Where are you from? I'm sitting in South Africa. Cabana going global. I'm on the East Coast, United States, brother. We have people in this chat from all over the U.S. and I would think North America at least, maybe even more. Can't message you, Cabana. How to DM? If you're on Telegram, just Cabana Crypto, man. Look me up and yeah, easy. I don't know where you're trying to message me. Maybe Twitter. I don't follow a lot of people, so I apologize if I'm not following you currently, but I'll look you up there as well. You talked about referral marketing for HEX after Big Payday. I think that's still up in the air. I mean, that's been speculated on, bringing like kind of like extending the referral program. I mean, that's just all rumor, no expectations or anything like that. So that's all I've heard about that. And of course, Staker app, which will take care of referrals after Big Payday, so it's profitable for us to continue to market. Okay. There you go. There's your answer. Thanks, Kinetics. I have not been on top of my game for the referral post Big Payday loop. Awesome. I'm going to check Dlive one more time. Are we good there? Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Like an hour and 10 minutes later, and I'm still going. But like I said, it just gets way easier. You guys have questions, that provides kind of like things to talk about, content, and go back and forth. You know, like a lot of the fam here is HEX, but yeah, I want to touch on some crypto stuff just because I've done so many HEX specific streams lately. I didn't want to seem like too much of a maximalist, even though, you know, love HEX, man. What can I say? One more. Staker app will have a credit card subscription model so they can pay referrals that come into their system. Getting real-time answers from Kinetics. This is why we stream. This is why the HEX community rocks. All right. This will conclude the stream for today. Got to go start working on this office/studio. So in the coming months, if I get some, you know, when I get better camera and mic and all that stuff, we'll be able to stream from there and get you some better quality video. But yeah, just once again, thank you for everybody popping in today. Saturday morning for most places, I guess getting into the afternoon on Saturday, and you're spending it with me and, you know, these bunch of crypto bros. So appreciate it, guys. That's about all I got for now. And yeah, I'll try to give you a more of a heads up for the next stream. Like I said, it kind of came out of nowhere and just felt like it and put word out there, and actually had a great conversation with you guys. So I always appreciate it, and I'll do more of these if, you know, participation keeps picking up. I know, you know, still building the followership, so it makes discussions like this way easier. And it was really cool to talk some other cryptos, even with some Hexicans here, so you guys know what you're doing too. So love it, man. Love it. It's just so exciting. And the next couple of years are going to be really exciting for crypto industry, and the next few months are going to be exciting for HEX. Ah, man, so exciting. So I'll leave on that note. There you go. I'll leave it. Thank you guys so much, and catch you later.